Hello and welcome to this new video where I'm gonna share with you my process of editing interview-based content. It's a painstaking process and it takes a lot of time and a lot of energy, and I'm gonna give you a couple of tips on how to structure it and how to step by step going through a big chunk of talking head content and making a story that comes alive out of it. So join me in this video. I have a love-hate relationship with this process because it takes so much time and it's so hard and it just takes all the energy out of your brain, and you just want to make a nice video and you have to go through this first. Editing a video with a lot of interview-based content is very similar to cooking a meal. Before you can get creative with spices and colors and stuff, you have to do all the cutting and grating and everything to prepare yourself to be able to make that meal. And it's the same thing when you're making a video. You have to go through this interview content and you have to really listen to what the person is saying. When you've done that, then you can start getting creative and adding your beautiful B-roll and adding your establishing shots and everything, and then you can make a beautiful video out of it. But before you get there, you have to do this process. And today, in this video, I'll go through my process. So, enough talking, let's do it. The first step that you need to do is drop all of your content onto the timeline. I'm using DaVinci Resolve here. It's just my tool of choice. I don't care if you're using iMovie or Premiere Pro or Final Cut or anything else. It doesn't matter. The process is the same. So the first thing that you need to do is drop all of your content, all of your talking content onto a timeline. So I'm going to do this right here, and I'm taking all of these clips, and I'm creating a new timeline from the selected clips, and I'm calling this one everything. And then here we have it, and this is from the video of Noah with my surf teacher in Bali. And as we can see here, it's about 41 minutes of talking like this. So what you're starting to do now is you cut away all the dead flesh from this timeline. 41 minutes should become like half, maybe 20 minutes, but chopped up like this. So it looks something like this. I have prepared this. I have a timeline where everything is cut up in small pieces like this. This will allow you to then sort the content, because now you have cut away everything that you don't want, that you know that you're not going to use. Make sure you save nice laughs and nice things that happens, and then you end up with something like this. So the next thing you want to do is you take this content and you start sorting it by subject, basically. So this first blue block here, the teal block, I think he is talking about, yeah, he's talking about the ocean. So I gave it a teal color. Very, very smart, isn't it? Second part here is him saying hello and introducing himself in a couple of different ways. And the third part, the yellow part, is about him growing up in Bali and what that was like. That's another group of content. And then we have the purple here. It's about Noah running his own business. This green part is his bucket list for the future. And all the ones that I haven't color coded, they are more like fun little things that happen. They are spices that we can throw in later when we have the basic story set. So that was step number 3. So then we go to step number 4, where we take this selection and we start actually building the story. And how do we do this? We do it by taking block by block of the color-coded blocks, and we start making something that makes sense out of that block. So here I've cut down all the blue stuff to an intro where he talks about the ocean. Then I repeated this step for all of the different blocks. And I also selected a few of the spices in the end. So these are the ones still remaining. When I zoom out on the timeline, I can still see all the other content, so I can easily drag and drop stuff from there if I feel that I need it later on. So that takes us to step number 5, which is actually editing your story. Here is the finished edit of the story. You can see the color-coded stuff here. And this is the whole thing. When you come to this part, you can start cutting down the sentences, removing unnecessary words, removing the ums and buts and ands and stuff like that. And then you can start trimming it because you know where you can put the B-roll on top like this. And basically this is where the creative part starts. Maybe the step before where you're actually constructing the narrative of the film you're making. So this was my process, and I hope this was useful for you. And if you want more of these quick tutorial style videos, just let me know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe and like and comment. And what is your process? Do you do anything differently? Let me know. I want to learn as well. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.